Well, we're up. Let's go survey the damage. Yeah, not good. Hey campers, Second Chance George here. Back from an interesting overnight camp. Decided to go camping. One of the reasons was I had got a snug pack under blanket from my kids for Christmas, and it's the one that goes under your hammock, and it's supposed to keep you warm and stop those cool spots because of the wind blowing underneath the hammock. So desperate to try it out. This was my excuse. Wanted to go camping, threw everything into the truck and went down to my favorite place, Yolo County, and set up. Great. And then it rained. And then it rained some more. And then the wind started. And I'm not talking about 3 or 4 mile an hour gusts here. I saw the weather report, up to 30 miles an hour. Needless to say, I did a little swinging in the in the hammock. But I was dry and I was warm. And that's all that mattered. The under blanket worked for me, and putting up my tarp and everything over the hammock, so my usual setup, actually worked pretty well considering it rained for 12 hours and I was in my hammock. I was kind of stuck there. I had to make a decision about 3 o'clock when the wind really got bad, whether I should stay or pack up and go. I chose to stay, and it was interesting. Here I am. I made it, no problem. Unfortunately, my little temporary tent that I carry with me, not so much. And my other phone that I use as a backup camera also suffered through that. It was in the tent that got blown away and landed up in the water. Trying right now to get it working because it has some videos on that I would like to show you. Anyway, that's what happened. I'm back. We're all good. Enjoy. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Talk at you later. This is what camping's about. Just saying. Well, tubers, all packed up, heading out. Weather report says probably going to be rain about 4:15, 4:30 today. 80% chance. So we go anyway. Why? I need to camp. So I'm going to go out, hopefully get my hammock up and do some camping. Just a quick overnighter. Try out some stuff. Been trying to try my under blanket that I got for Christmas from my girls for my hammock. So that's the main reason I'm going. And to get out there. And it's gonna rain. So you gotta go camp in the rain. What do you do? So off we go. Hoot toot. So I'm heading to my favorite little campsite just down the road, about 15 minutes away. Lake Solano, Yolo County, on Pewter Creek, sorry. But as you know, over the past month or so, we've been having a lot of rain here. A lot. Sacramento River is full to the brim. Everywhere, all the farmlands, any extra water that can be building up is built up everywhere. So I'm interested to see what Lake Solano and Pewter Creek is going to look like. So I think that's the plan. Go camp a little bit and go for a walkabout and have a look, see what's going on. So there you go. Lake Solano it is. See you soon. Just saying. Snug pack tropical hammock. So here I have the Snug Pack hammock under blanket. Outer insulation to prevent outer cold spots. Got to keep your butt warm when you're in the hammock. Just so that you know, always read the instructions before you do it. Read the instructions now. It's all set. You can see it, right? My only other thing that I would attach to this would be my bug net, which goes over the hammock and everything. And I believe you'd put it under the hammock, but between the blanket. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out more about that. Let me put my bedding in and then we'll talk about it. We'll have a closer look. And if you're wondering, this here is my bug net, and it goes totally over. It's like a cocoon. It goes over everything. It has a little zip in the side you can get in. Works pretty well. The only problem I have with it, in summer it heats up inside there, so that's a bit of an issue. You're going to want to breeze. So maybe in summer, no rain, anything like that, not use the canopy so you can get a breeze. You know, bug bag. If for some reason my sleeping bag turns out to be not warm enough, I do have Snug Pack jungle blanket. I have 2 of them. I can open this up and just put it over the top of my sleeping bag, or even inside. It's pretty thin and it is snug as a bug in there when you use these things. I used them on my previous camp in New Year's Eve out on the Delta. So there you go. Okay, so here we set up with a couple of things that I had to deal with. I was thinking about this tree and that tree, but the problem is that's an awfully big wide tree, and so is that one. That one is not. That one's a little bit further away, and these were a little close, so I just thought it would be better, and actually it was a better choice, and I'll show you why. Anyway, what I did was we put up the Yukon Outfitters canopy first. It's a top. It's actually a diamond shaped top. Works really well with a hammock, and it has, the nice thing is, these things here, bright orange, easy to see. These are the 10 spikes I use. Told you before, really like them. Get them at Walmart. REI has them. They're really inexpensive and they work well. The one thing I do like about them, and I'll show you that right now, is they come with this little thing on it. Pulling them out of the ground is made a lot easier with that. You put a stick through there, through your hand, and give it a good tug. So Yukon Outfitters top, and you can see how it's set up. Put it across. I put it just, you don't want it too high, especially in the cold. You want to get as low to the ground as you can that your hammock will allow. Remember, when you put your hammock up and you sit in it, it will sag. So if you have it too low, it's going to hit the ground. So once you set, you got your height, you want the tent pretty close to your hammock. It keeps all the heat in. Heat rises, hits the canopy and stays there. Keeps you warm. So here you can see, pegged out the same side, tied up there. Pick a string. Yeah, it gets pretty busy on the ends here when you start putting all this stuff on. And So then I hung the hammock, put it in there. It's my snug pack, and we'll go in here. Hopefully we can see something here. Let's look at it down the road here. Basically, if you look down here, I'm holding right now the under blanket, which goes on the outside. If you look under here, I can pull it down. My hammock inside. Then I have my pillow and my sleeping bag in there. And you sit snug as a bug in there. Now, the nice thing is, on your under blanket, if you have a look here, and if you can see that, these are actually small bungee cords. They actually extend. Obviously, if you didn't have that extension on it, when you get into your hammock, you're going to press down on it, it's going to tear something. So they've got to have some give. So they come with bungee cords and you hook them up. There's 4 ways. You've got to come from the outside along here and the outside along there. You can see how I've gone around. The 2 outside ones, the 2 middle ones come together, and I hooked them onto the carabiner here, and the 2 outer ones go up and around the tree. Now you don't have to do that. You can hook it to the carabiner as well if you want. Snugpack says it depends on your system you're using. Same thing here. The outside of my under blanket. The outside ones go around the tree, and then have my hammock on the inside. Now, I did have a little problem. Like I said, the tree, the height I wanted has this big knob on it, and it's pretty wide. The problem I had was that once I put my Snugpack strap around, well, the cordage around, it was sitting way up there, and it was too high. I actually had to adapt. So out of my emergency kit, pulled out some 550 cord, made a little extension, and there you go. So yeah, had to use my emergency pack. Toot toot. Another thing I wanted to tell you about, people have asked me before, and I didn't know the answer, and I spoke to people, and having your cords hang down like this, you don't want them on the ground, ants will crawl up. But having them hang down there, if it rains, the water comes down here, hits here, and then runs down, and it doesn't go into the hammock. So it's always a good idea to let some cordage hang down for a place for the water to go. So there you are. We're all set. The rain cometh. They said about 4ish. It's now 3:20. So we'll see, and I'll show you the camp. Going to put up my temporary tent, I think, because I need to show that for my novice survivalist site blog that I'm doing on cover. So there you go. Don't forget to check out that website. Later. This is a tarp that I have in the back of my truck. It is a cheap plastic tarp I bought from Walmart. I think it cost me about $10. With it, I keep 4 bungee cords, and in my emergency pack I have cordage. And the other thing, when I wrap it all up and tie it up, I have a little thing that I made, which probably wouldn't have a sturdy stick. This one right there would work. And this is just 1-inch tubing, actually comes apart, that's on screws, and it folds up into the canopy. Just using a stick as a spike on the other side of the bungee cord. And I did the same thing on the ends in the corners, just using a stick for all of this. Now you can see the 2 bungee cords I used in the front. One of the reasons I like to do that is they're a little bit more flexible, and when the wind really gets going, nothing's going to tear as easily. It'll give more. And you can also allows you to raise the roof more off the ground. Took me about 7 minutes to put it up. Cordage here that I have around the tree is from my emergency pack. I have a lot of excess here because I don't cut my cordage. You want to keep it long, so only in desperate situations should you cut your cordage. Keep it as long as possible for as long as possible. Now we're about to get a bunch of rain with a lot of wind. Will this stand up? I don't know. We're about to find out. This is kind of overkill. I don't need this much. As an emergency shelter, probably half the size would work, and I'd be able to get in there almost like a cocoon. So basically I would have had from here to there. This would have been tied to there, and it'll be a smaller tent, but it's shelter. So there you go. Quick shelter. Looks like an early dinner. It's about to start raining. So I'm going to cook myself something, hopefully before the rain comes. Have an early dinner and then maybe walk about if it's not too bad. There you go. A lot of birds in the trees. Maybe that's a good sign. And of course, there's always Woody Woodpecker over there pecking away at the tree. He's only put, I don't know, 3 or 4 million holes in there. Now that's tea. Plain black tea. Hot. A little bit of sugar in it. That's it. No ice, no cold tea, people. Colonists ruin everything. Trying to get my exercise in. Back, forth. Spices. Peas. Carrots to go in the boil in your bag rice. The shock, right? It's my go-to food. Toast, all toasty, wrapped up. Pickles, snack. Boiled eggs. Toast, boiled eggs. Breakfast. Eat peach. Snack. That's it. How will I survive? I need to eat my dinner in peace. On my own, if you don't mind. Okay? Hold on a second, I will be back. Just gotta have dinner. Fire. Using saved up laundry lint stuffed into an old toilet roll as tinder. There you go. Home remedy. Well, it's raining. We have hot tea. We're good. Well, the fire's still going. I'll be warm, but I'll be wet. Okay, so it's raining a lot. Thinking about going for a walkabout. You want to come along? It's going to get wet. Yeah, let's go. Well, campers, it's 5 o'clock. Finally started to rain. Just going for a quick walkabout because I got nothing else to do. I got nothing. Kidding. I really wanted to go and have a look at the river, and it's getting dark already with the rain clouds coming in and all. I'm just trying to figure out a less muddy way to go. Well, there you go. This spur of the moment stuff. Man. So far so good. We'll see. I'm just interested to see if my little camp thingy here, the little temporary tent I put up, is going to hold up tonight. So that's the test. And of course the snug plaque, but it's not really that cold. Apparently clouds are keeping in the heat. Anyway, looks like there's been a lot of water come down here and dumped a lot of stuff. It's muddy. There it is. Look at it. Mud everywhere. So we'll see. Maybe it won't rain all day tomorrow morning and we can do a walkabout. So he goes along this trail, which is really muddy and slippery, and I'll see what's going on. Last time I came for a walk here, there was that hawk having dinner along the trail, but I suspect he's all snugly in his house. Smart guy. Oh well, what do? You keep going. Yeah, looks pretty ugly. Campsite's flooded. Whoops. It's getting really dark now. So I think I'm gonna have to go and sit in the tent. And I left my tablet behind. Now it's starting to rain. So I can't even watch a movie. The humanity. Will I survive? And it's raining really bad. I think I better head back. This is my phone after all. So there you go. The lake looks low. Maybe it's just me. Later. Well, it's raining on and off. Not a lot though. But we'll see. They said later on it's going to get heavier. So we'll see. What do you do? Hey campers, good morning. I'm lying in my hammock here because it's still raining. It's been raining for about 12 hours now. Anyway, bad night. a lot of rain, and heavy winds the whole night. It's finally calmed down, so thinking about getting up and packing up and heading back. Yeah, heavy rain, heavy winds. The tent didn't make it. A lot of things didn't make it, but my canopy and my hammock and everything, good. Stayed dry, stayed warm, no problem there. So I think I'll just get up and start packing and head on back. Talk to you later. Well, we're up. Let's go survey the damage. Clouds are still there, the rain has finally stopped. And you can see what's left of the tent right there. And that's not the bad news. So I left this out last night, and there's about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of water in it. So we got a lot of rain. The tent didn't make it. Pegs came out. You can see all the water, it's really built up, but this is the bad news. This was in the tent. My phone. Well, it's not my phone, it's my old phone. But yeah, not good. This held up just fine. I was warm. I didn't get cold at all last night. It was just so windy at times. It was unbelievable. But it stayed up and I stayed dry. So yeah, worked for me, and that under blanket obviously does its job. So there you go. Truck survived, barely. Got all these things all over it from the trees and on the sides. They're all stuck to the sides. Oh well, what do you do? So you can see we got a lot of water. So I think time to pack up and head on home. There you go. An exciting evening. Talk at you later.